Hi YouTube, it's Gina Rivera from Here's Talent. Today we'll be doing a relaxer the Here's Talent way. So here my client has about an inch of regrowth. Okay, the first thing we do is we put a base on the scalp, and as you can see, we're just doing it very lightly, not to scratch or rub and irritate the scalp. That would of course defeat the whole purpose of putting a base on the scalp. We also spray the ends with protein. I like using protein on the end because while I'm applying the relaxer, the hair at the ends are, conditioning as well. I take very small sections when I'm putting my relaxer on. I don't use a comb, I use a brush. I try not to get anything on the scalp, and I normally go into the center and then working my way out and doing the hairline last. We feel that our stylist should ask important questions when you come in to get your relaxer, and the first question would be what your hair goals are, of course, and how often do you relax the hair, and in the past 5 years have you ever had color or highlighting done. We need to know about that so we know the porosity levels in your hair. While we're examining the scalp, we look for irritations. We also look for the elasticity in the hair. That'll also determine how healthy and strong your hair is. Okay, so rule of thumb is not to overlap the relaxer onto the old processed hair. But my client comes in faithfully every 6 weeks, so I know exactly how strong and healthy her hair is and how much her hair can handle. As you see here, while initially applying the relaxer, I'm only willing to go to a certain point because past that point, the hair is too porous to handle the relaxer for too long. Okay, so after taking my time in applying the relaxer, now we really work quickly because I'm going to be rinsing the relaxer off. So here I am applying the relaxer over the line of demarcation, going down the hair strand a little bit more because I know I'll be rinsing off very soon. Sometimes we like to apply some aerosol spray to cool down the skin after applying the relaxer. So here we are, we're rinsing out the relaxer, and what I like to do first is soak the ends with water so the hair could only absorb just so much. While I'm rinsing the relaxer out and it's dripping down the hair shaft, the ends won't grab on to that relaxer and overprocess. So I think this is a real important step. Then I go around the hairline, of course, and the nape area, and get that relaxer off. So during the rinsing process, I'm constantly asking my client if her scalp is irritated, if she's burning anywhere. I want to make sure that she understands that I am here with her doing her relaxer. I see a lot of hairdressers through the years, shampooing a relaxer out, not paying attention, not doing it fast enough. The client's burning, they're making faces, and the hairdresser's just talking to the stylist next to her. That's just not good practice. I think that a stylist, should really pay attention to the client, not do 3 or 4 clients in between and have that client waiting all day. And Here's Talent, we have the reputation of getting our clients in and out. And that's what they like. They're coming to have their hair done. And they do have a life. They have to get home too. So it's important to really pay attention to that client and give her all the time that she deserves. So this first rinse is very important. You have to make sure you get that relaxer out of the hair. I take a long time to rinse out my clients' chemicals, any chemical, whether it's a thermal reconditioning, color, relaxer, bleach. You really want to rinse it out good and you'll get a beautiful lather. Just keep in mind during the shampoo, it is a neutralizer, and the neutralizer seals and locks the straightness into the hair. If you don't get every strand, the hair can revert back. Okay, so now in the beginning of the relaxer, we put a protein on the hair, and now I'm finishing up my protein treatment. I recommend my clients get this protein treatment every time they do a relaxer, and of course the thermal reconditioning. Protein is needed because every time you do a chemical treatment, it strips the protein out of the hair. The protein treatment that we do has a couple of steps. The step you're seeing right now is we use a moisturizing machine. We spray CMC moisture on the hair, and we have the client sit under the steam machine for about 20 minutes. Hair needs to have good elasticity and strength, and by adding the proper ingredients, you're providing the hair with what it needs to sustain the chemical use and still have healthy hair. I have always found that washing my clients' hair in sections helps to keep the tangles free and the frustration down. So here we're getting into styling the hair and combing the hair out. We use a large tooth comb to smooth and separate the strands, and when combing, always start at the ends and move up towards the roots to avoid tearing and stretching, because remember, when the hair is wet, it stretches and snaps more easily than dry hair does. And I love to show my client the comb and let them see that there's no hair in the comb. The protein treatment that we do is just wonderful. Clients, I don't even have to remind the clients to come back and have the protein treatment done. Here I'm applying a protection spray before I start to blow dry. I like blow drying the ends first, getting the ends nice and dry, silky and shiny, so that when I go into the root area, it'll be easier to pull through the ends. This is a great technique if your hair is not relaxed and you have tight roots. If you blow dry your ends first and get them nice and straight, and then when you go into the root area, it'll be easier just to flow the brush right through to the ends. I notice when clients or even other hairdressers blow dry the hair, they really don't concentrate on the ends and make sure that the ends are dried completely. You don't want to put a flat iron on the hair that is not dry. I just really get excited showing my brush. My clients laugh at me all the time because, I remember back in the day that when I gave a relaxer, how much breakage I would get. Doing the protein treatment during your relaxer is the best. You have to do that. You have to take your time. Here we're doing the flat ironing work. I take very, very small sections. I bend it a little bit at the root just to give her a little body. As you can see right there, I kind of twist the flat iron around. It just kind of lifts it up away from the scalp. We use a protection spray just before we blow dry it. And before I flat iron the hair, I always use a serum, a light serum, just so that the hair can move and separate and shake and shine. I hate when the hair just kind of lays flat and doesn't move. Keep in mind, if that shampoo wasn't done correctly, her hair would not be shiny and movable like it is. We are going to give my client a trim, and you'll see the end result soon. But look at that hair just moving. It's just beautiful. I know how my clients feel about haircuts, and so we're just going to give my client a trim, and then you'll see the end result. Okay, so my client is extremely satisfied with her experience at Hair's Talent and her end result. If you'd like to learn more about Hair's Talent, go to the link below and check us out. Thanks so much for watching.